Right. I don't know
He
why
said, I wonder if the game's worth $29.
hello, Discord. There we go. So it took you a good 20 seconds to realise that I was talking? Thanks, Discord. I'm glad I don't pay for premium. Right. Naval Art. Vid reminded me of this yesterday, and I completely forgot about it. I'm going to admit that. So yeah, we're going to get right back to it, but first let me just get some music on, and I think I know exactly what I'm going to go for this time, because I actually fucking remembered I have it on Steam. A game which I really want to play again at some point, but I still have too many good memories of that game, so if I play it again anytime soon, it's just not going to have the same impact. God, I wish we could just have some form of surgery which caused you to forget a game. That would just be amazing. Okay, did I save it onto the right one? No, I did not. There it is. The In Sound Mind OST. Oh yeah, it's not tagged to... Whoops. I think my eyes have started failing me. Where the fuck is the option for that? There it is. There we go. Right, this is the bulwark? Is it the bulwark or the bulkhead? I can't remember. Broadhead. I was wrong twice. I think I might do another layer of guns here and then have the wall paper in for about here. So let's see. Am I going mad, or does the engine look a bit different this time round? Must have been a change. Yeah, must have been a change during one of the updates that came through, I think. Custom parts? Oh! That's interesting. Was that there before? I'm gonna have to assume it was. Japanese 4-gun. Okay. I didn't get to see because I pressed the wrong button. Pretty big. What on earth is this abomination? That's making me want to vom. Any suggestions for the superstructure vid? And I want to do something that that goes over the gun I'm going to have here for the specifically the bridge. Damn it.
E said okay, I'm back.
Oh, you didn't even realise you went.
E said and got the stream loaded.
Oh, yeah, sorry, my fucking brain went on me. I thought I already did this, sorry. There we go. You know what, whilst I'm here, I'm going to send Natch a message to see if he wants to just look at my ship quickly, since at some point, I hope to do a flipping ship duel with him, so give me a moment. Oh, speaking of Natch, actually, I think we're going to be one player down.
Said yeah, I might get the game if it goes on sale for like 30% this week.
Yeah, I'd say.
And if you judge it worthy.
Yeah, I'd definitely say wait till it's on sale. How much even is the game again? It's somewhat reasonable if memory serves. Price. Yeah, only $15.89.
E said it's kinda overpriced in the US. It's like 28 USD.
Fucking hell!
Said 28-ish.
So it's £15 roughly in there, so if the exchange rate was correct, it would only be about $19. I wonder why games designers just hate charging Americans.
E said here it's 50% hike.
I didn't tell you. The idea is calling me all of a sudden.
E said I hope they get blown up by Russia out of spite. E said at this point.
Who, games The creators who upcharge Americans in general, or just these guys?
Said Europeans in general.
I was about to say, what have we done, but I'm not a European anymore. Thank fuck. You hear they're going to start fucking butchering the English language just because they can't be asked using German.
Said I would say that it's like they don't understand economics, but they are socialists, so of course they don't.
The Soviet Union collapsed several years ago, comrade.
Said exchange rates don't work like how they think they do.
Okay, what gun do you want to use for the secondaries? Because I think we don't need any more anti-air at this point. Oh, actually, we could probably do with one on the front.
Said you can't just magically charge 10x the price for something in the United States and expect it to somehow work out to be the same amount of income.
I think I should do these flipping turrets, ones that are just all the way round instead, since that's the same stuff.
Said yeah, the actual correct exchange rates literally are given to buy them by Steam, and they still chose to ignore it.
Fools! We want more money! I still don't understand how the British pound has better spending power than the dollar at this point. Considering multiple idiots' current track records.
Said because somebody in Brussels with a said authority. Said made something the fuck up. Said and decided that arbitrarily.
Or maybe it's just the pound has, or just Britain in general, has a bit more gold to give their
said pounds are smaller.
Perhaps? So it has more, I think the term is staying power? No, that's not it. But hey, that's just a game theory. I hate myself for that. Wonder if they'll allow us to make custom turrets soon. Like in-game and not just via a mod. What the fuck is this?
Said so much staying power that like 800 billion in businesses have divested from the UK and moved to the US.
Well, if anything, that's just because of the stupid taxation rules that we've been coming up with. Oh, tax the rich out of the country, that'll go well. No way that can backfire at all.
Said and also no assets, and industry, and no labor, and also no electricity.
Okay, let's take it back then.
Said and also no security.
Oh yeah, security. Mention that word to the average Englishman, it's like, what the fuck's that? Something to do with making sure that your computer's good.
Said yeah, it's hard to run a company when you don't have electricity and said also can't hire any workers. Said and also don't have any income, and also your factory gets 9-11D every 8 hours.
Yeah, no missiles. Okay, and apparently he didn't give a toss about... Oh no, I must have placed those manually.
Said speaking of which more businesses are moving jobs out of New York lately.
Man, I wonder why. Oh, I don't like
said
that.
play the clip of the thing I said 30 seconds ago.
What the fuck? Am I going mad or are the lines blurred there? What the fuck is going on with that? That's weird.
Said other thing that bad developers call good graphics. Said probably the bad ambient occlusion or bad anti-aliasing or maybe bad shadows.
So, yeah, one thing I said when you were gone, Vid, without realising that you were gone, is how do you think I should do the bridge? The way I want to do it is just having it overhang over this gun here. Think that would look stupid or interesting, or good rather?
Said or basically anything with screen space or temporal or deep in the name. Said as a general rule of thumb. Said the superstructure. Dunno. Said maybe what if British Great White Fleet style.
Let me get one of those up quickly.
Said wait, is this Ekem Smithies?
Yep, it's open, Smithy. One of the design philosophies I've come up with them is trying to keep their ships as short as possible. Which kind of contradicts what I just said not fucking 30 seconds ago.
Said yeah. Kinda like old French predrendats.
Oh goody, the fucking thing.
Said maybe a white style bridge, or a small central tower.
Funnily enough, the only picture I can actually get which has the superstructure actually being seeable makes it look like the damn thing's got a cruise liner bridge. Is that what you meant?
Said one of them. Said yeah. Said others like smaller World War I battleships had like a really narrow bridge, almost like a destroyer type bridge.
Yeah, we have the Oaken Smithy who tried to take inspiration from, what's it called, the Crusader tank and just being as low to the ground as possible. or water in this case. And then we have ships like the Morning Star of the Ashen... the Ashen Hand, sorry. They call them the Ichor Hand then. No, the Ashen Hand. Who literally have a ship the size of a bloody... Actually, no, they literally have a ship which is 2 ships either side of them. And, well, if you've ever seen a pontoon vessel... Actually, no, if you've ever seen a wall of guns, pretty much the embodiment of Mordaka. I think that's the best way to word it. Literally just a wall of guns.
E said, have you ever heard of the idea of high and low doctrine?
Well, like ranked fire, where they fired and then crouched down? No, Key, you bellend.
E said, that's ranked fire.
Yeah, that. Okay, clearly those weren't scaled.
E said, I understand what you mean but not sure why.
What the fuck did I...
E said, anyways, it's like basically combining the 2 extremes of E said, lots of small ships and a few large ships. It's sort of a weird combined arms doctrine where
Oh yes, this is one of my favourite pieces of music, I
E
think.
said, you stratify your forces into a lot of small and large units with very few medium ones.
And what's America's doctrine, that, isn't it?
E said, in order to sort of E said, reap the benefits of both situationally. E said, you can't afford as many large ships as if you only went large, but yeah. E said, it means you have a lot of flexibility with a small force, the low force which is cheap and expendable. E said, but then you have a high force which is your expensive theater level assets.
I think I have a rough idea, yeah. Why on earth do you need a sphere?
E said, which you have a limited number, so you kind of cycle them out wherever you need them.
You going to fucking fit correctly this time? I wonder if anyone's done a ship that has a fully...
E said, parking garage.
I was going to say a fully fledged interior in their ship in it. But then I got distracted by the fact that it would appear that the grid seems to be just about inconsistent enough for it to not line up correctly. Because those two were the same shape I made before they... Oh, what the f... Oh, that's why. If you'd let me zoom in a bit further, game. Oh my good god, I hate the camera. I hate cameras like this. That's why it's not... Why would you... Okay, now that's just pissing me off. It doesn't even fucking sync up to the grid! Why? There's zero need for that tiny bit of flipping material there, you twat. Also, the fact that these all have different scaling because of the different size. You might want to change that, devs. Just a smidge. Do I wait for these to be merged? No, because you can't select them all. Well done. Something tells me that you
said remember, loud equals funny, and also, funny voice means more convincing.
Sorry if you find that annoying. It's just a force of habit at this time from watching too much of Tear of Grace. Angled? Oh no. Also, what on earth is this? Get on with it. Quite easily can put a bloody gun down here.
Said I find it funny that your mmmmm-BOAT crushes it because it doesn't have the frequency range.
Bit crushers? Sounds fine when I hear
it. Said when you hit notes that are higher or lower.
Oh, Danny boy.
Said then the response range frequency.
He told me how to survive again.
Said just cause of compression and microphone geometry. Said physics limits plus whatever loss of quality is on the software end. Said when it's digitized and then shrunk for optimization.
Why does this look like something you're supposed to put over your mouth in order to help with breathing?
Said smoking the entire funnel like a big cigar.
Oh, hang on, there's a fucking square one I could use. Okay, do I want to use these modern ones? Oh, I think like I'll be able to mess around with them.
E said turning them sideways reminds me of the World War II Japanese carriers with the smokestacks on the side.
Really? Oh, those existed. Cool. Shame we can't do airboat type things at the moment. You know what, I'm gonna get rid of. Again, mass selection devs, you might want to work
E
on that.
said yeah. But I suppose that'd require programming how to have a skirt collision. E said I'm sure the devs that are all watching the stream will take note. E said it's weird. There's so many tabs at the top that I guess don't do anything.
No, they all do something, I'm fairly certain. It's just I'm not using them because I don't need them currently. No, actually, let's get rid of
E
this.
said yeah, if we don't forget you should just try looking at some vanilla designs. E said also allegedly sales exist apparently.
Yeah, I think I've seen a couple of them. Although it could just be designer trickery.
E said in order to determine what a boat is supposed to look like. E said when the game is working.
Okay, I think for the new rear we're going to have it taper back a bit. More aggressively. Without the ribs as well.
E said maybe the ribs help with hydrodynamics somehow, like a golf ball coping.
No, the idea is that the ribs just serve as... I don't know what the exact term would be, but just keeping the damn thing together and tanking a load of hits is the idea. Armor where they expect most of the hits to be, if you will.
E said longitudinal torpedo bulges.
Want to rip into any... Want to rip any... Yeah. Want to roast any other design choices I've made so far this Osteorated? Since I'm doing alterations at the moment to the main hull.
Said rip into a cold one with the boys.
Hell, you can just rip into my inability to say a full fucking sentence without stuttering 20 times. Why do I keep on forgetting that I can reduce the number of bloody polygons?
Said well, the boat parts are sort of shaped like a boat. And you said you were gonna taper the back so it's not a brick. Said it definitely does appear, an boat. Said the awful slopes definitely give from the depths PTSD.
Well, I'm just trying to think at the moment how to do it. Make it look good.
Said no Atlantic bow, but that's actually accurate for like ironclad time periods.
That and this isn't
said
really
and
a
flat bottoms.
seafaring thing, or at least that's not what it was initially designed for.
Said land ships, rule the land.
No, it's designed for swampy areas. And rivers, more so than the sea. Also, I don't know what that is there. I tried to delete it just, but it didn't do anything.
Said yeah, I think rivers would be better. Its draft is probably too deep. Said it appears to be somehow permanently selected.
Of course it is. Well done,
said
game.
whatever it is.
Yup.
Said blue. Said cyan rather.
Now the question is, do I want to have the props poking out on like holes, or do I want to have them sunk in to represent the fact that these are supposed to supposedly be jet propellers? Jet propellers? You know, like a jet ski. You know what would be cool? If it was modelled in game. And by that I mean if you could actually have...
said ducted propellers. Fully modelled.
Yeah, those would be pretty cool.
Said naval art cinematic mod.
Sorry, let me just check something quickly.
Said yeah, I'm not sure what those are called in boats actually. Said like impellers or just ducted turbines. E said they used those on those silly US Army boats in Vietnam.
Yep, Patrol Boat River. PBR. Clarkson had one
E
in
said because that way
Grand Tour.
propellers don't.
Yes.
E said get damaged by funny. E said full rocks.
But they do get absolutely swamped by vines still.
E said reduces the draft of the Shrunglo.
What? I swear if OBS has just crashed.